guys, what's up? It's me, MJFANGIRL, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a Q&A.
Girl, you got to know. We can touch the sky and let the flag stray.
You guys asked me a lot of questions about the biopic, about my life in California since I moved here from New York about 3 years ago. You guys asked me about some things that I think about regarding Michael Jackson tours and videos, and I just wanted to get into things. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do one of these because we haven't caught up, and I'm going to do a little intro to myself because a lot of you guys might be new here. If you are new to the Michael Jackson world or the Michael Jackson YouTuber world, hello, my name is MJFANGIRL and I make videos for and about the Michael Jackson fan community. Now, I have been a fan since the early 90s. I was born in 87, the year of the Bad album, and I grew up with a father and a mother who loved Michael Jackson, but really my dad was a huge fan of the Jackson family music, and so I think he instilled a lot of my love for Michael Jackson in me, and I just took it to the next level. I was a fan mainly during, I would say, like the Invincible era. That was when I was first in high school. That's when I saw Michael Jackson live in 2001 in concert, and so around then is when my like love and admiration and interest in Michael Jackson really like kind of skyrocketed. I was a part of all the Michael Jackson forums, MJJ Forum, which was later to become MJJ Community, which is still that now. I was making my own little website. I was in the Michael Jackson AOL chat room, which is where I met my husband. Yes, that was a long time ago, and now I met him in the AOL chat room, which is so funny. But yeah, we met as Michael Jackson fans, and we still are both fans today. And yeah, I used to run a fan club in New York City. I also created my blog, MJFANGIRL, in 2011. Yeah, no, 2011? Yeah, that's how you say it. 2011. Because I realized at that point, you know, Michael Jackson had passed away, and and I knew that I would be a fan for a long time, but I didn't want a lot of my memories of being a fan and all that to go to the wayside. So I realized that I wanted to document it somehow. And so blogging was my way. I eventually decided that I wanted a little bit more communication, more two-way communication instead of just people reading and then never getting any feedback. I wanted to create a YouTube channel, and I did that. I believe the YouTube channel has been around for like 5 or 6 years now. I don't exactly remember when. I think this year will make 6 years. And so, yeah, so here we are. I've created, I feel like a sense of community within the MJFANGIRL brand, and I found a community within the Michael Jackson fan realm. So I wanted to kind of create our own little bubble of like positivity and like, you know, paying tribute to the legacy and remembering really important moments and yeah, just feel good vibes. So I'm glad that you guys are here. If you like Michael Jackson and you are looking to like learn more about him and all that, like definitely go back into time because I have a lot of my videos that were story times and such, and I told a lot about like I talked a lot, about the history of Michael and his achievements, his accomplishments. I've done a lot of reaction videos as well as some album reviews of the Jacksons albums. And so I think you guys will enjoy some of the older videos, and comment down below if you've been here for a long time and if you guys think that any of those need a refresher. I've been thinking about going backwards and kind of redoing some of those videos. So I'd love to hear you guys' comments on that. But yeah, I've got a whole list of questions here. So without further ado, let's get into this Q&A. Do you think that the upcoming biopic Michael has the potential to be as big, if not bigger, as Bohemian Rhapsody in terms of general popularity, awards, Oscars, for example, if done right? So here's what I think. I think that Michael Jackson has a large global reach, larger than any other entertainer in like the history of all time. That's what I think. I believe that to be true. If you see the global appeal and the level of interest internationally in Michael Jackson as well as here in the US, you've got to say that he has the biggest potential for his biopic to become like, to set the new standard, to win all the Oscars, to win all of the accolades, and to get all the like record setting ticket sales and all that. So I think it does have the potential. I do think that it's interesting because you would think that there would be like some sort of a challenge when it comes to, you know, like, so Jafar Jackson, we know that he's Michael Jackson's nephew, the son of Jermaine Jackson. And of course, I think he's going to do an outstanding job. His voice is great. Um, as far as we know, we haven't seen him act, right? And so I think that could pose as a challenge when it comes to like the Oscars and whatnot. But I will say that that is something that the Michael Jackson estate definitely has thought about, right? And look at what happened with the Broadway show, Michael Jackson, excuse me, MJ, the Broadway show. That was amazing. First of all, they hired Miles Frost out of nowhere, and you know, they had this other actor. I think he was in the Temptations Broadway show. He couldn't do it after it got pushed back, because of the pandemic, right? The starting date of the Broadway show got pushed back. He couldn't do the show, and so they hired Miles Frost, who really had never been in anything. He's just like been in like school talent shows and whatnot. And so I thought it was amazing and incredible. And wow, what a journey from the beginning of just being recruited for this role to then becoming a Tony Award winner, and not only that, but the youngest Tony Award winner. I just think it was really, really cool. And so I say all that to say there are going to be some challenges, I think, but I know that Jafar Jackson is going to do an outstanding job. I have no doubt in my mind that he is. I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this could be a challenge, but we all know that this is going to be huge. And there's no way that it's going to fail. It's not going to fail. This is not going to be like, you guys, listen, Michael Jackson passed away 15 years ago this year, I believe. And they have not waited this long on purpose. I really think that a lot has gone into this, finding the right producer, finding the right director, finding the right script, finding the right people to play these parts. And so I think it's going to knock it out of the park. And of course, it's going to be better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Of course. They also have Graham King, who who did Bohemian Rhapsody. So they've got some of the same team. So come on. Michael's gonna knock it out of the park like he always does. You know, his legacy is unmatched, and the level of interest is unmatched. So I'm excited for that. Okay, on to the next question. Based on the first question, do you think that the biopic has the potential to change the general opinion of Michael Jackson towards a better, more positive level, especially regarding allegations? Da 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 da. I think yes, because I think the more people that know the truth, the better. But I'm not sure how far in depth they're going to take that. I know that they said that they were going to cover the allegations, but let's be real, we really don't know like the depth in which they're going to cover it. Oh, this is a cute question. When you and MJ Anonymous play Michael's music around MJ Fan Baby, which is my daughter, which songs does she have the most positive reaction to? You know what's funny? Like, she does not really react yet to that. She reacts a lot to, like, you know, the music that she likes, which is like Sesame Street music or like Gracie's Corner or Daniel's Tiger's Neighborhood, like the kids' music, but not really having a reaction yet. I have tried to play Jackson 5 for her, and I've played ABC for her a bunch of times, and she says ABCD, ABCD, so she likes that. And then when she knows it's Michael Jackson playing, she does say, Michael, or she doesn't say Michael yet. She says Ma, Ma. So I think fostering that interest in Michael Jackson is going to be a process because she's only like 20 months, you guys. She's a youngster still, so she's just a baby. So coming up on her second birthday and in between the 3-year-old birthday, like we're getting to the point where like I became interested in Michael, you know what I mean? Like I think I was like around 4 or 5. So, you know, every now and then we'll slip a little bit in, but one of our big things is we don't want her to be like uninterested or like disinterested in Michael. We don't want to like overdo it, cuz you know how sometimes like your parents or whatever will play something and like they'll just keep going with it, or they'll try to like force something onto you. We don't want to force anything onto her. Like when she hits that magic age where like all kids love Michael Jackson because he's just magic, it's going to be fine. And she's going to love him like all kids do. And she's going to have that extra support because her parents are huge fans. Yet and still, and we have all of the copies of music videos she could want. We've got them in all formats: Vision, number ones, History Volume 1 and 2, YouTube. We've got it all. We've got The Making of Thriller. We've got Moonwalker. We've got everything. So hopefully like we can like support her interest in him when that time comes. Do you ever think they'll release a Dangerous 35th anniversary album? I don't think so. I really don't. You know what though? I will say that with the movie coming, I do think there will be like a lot of interest that the estate can capitalize off of, and I hope that there is like a marketing plan that's going to capitalize off of that. Because yeah, I mean, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be new to Michael because of the biopic. Or, you know, it's funny because there are a lot of people that know Michael Jackson, but they don't really know him. And I feel like a lot of people are going to get to know him like we, the Michael Jackson fan community, know him. And so that's really going to bring about a new generation of fans and a new level of interest. And that being said, I do think it would behoove the estate to have like new releases of things, maybe a new concert DVD or a concert streaming, documentary streaming. I know people don't really do DVDs anymore. It's all about streaming and all that. So hopefully they have some plans in place. But yeah, it would be cool to see something dangerous. You know, that's my era. Okay, a lot of casting questions. I'm like, what do I think about like the Jackson 5 being cast? This question says, why do you think they casted Marlon as a teen and adult so unlike how he looks in The American Dream? I'm not sure. I actually haven't seen like a documentary or excuse me, a biopic where everybody looks exactly like how they did. I don't think the Marlon really looked like him in The American Dream at all. So I really think they're just going based upon like the actors and so on. I do think though that I actually did see one of the actors, and I think I saw this on Twitter. He posted, the one who's playing Marlon posted like his foot, and it looks like the boot that a replica of the boot that Marlon wore on the Triumph. No, was it the Victory Tour? I think Victory Tour. So I think that they're gonna play a good role in the movie, like an important role, because they were such a huge part of Michael's life. I mean, so a huge part of Michael's career, right? So I'm excited to see that. And yeah, I don't think that the casting really has to do exactly with like how they look, although of course we all want them to look as close as possible. So yeah, we'll see. But I have faith. I have faith. Okay, this is a great question. What is an underrated gem that you feel deserves more credit? I'm going to say that I think a song that deserves more credit, if you ask me, is definitely Keep the Faith. I feel like that song just has like so much potential, and so much of that song is like, it's so inspirational, it's motivational, it's got like those powerhouse vocals, and I just love it. I don't know why it really didn't. It wasn't released as a single, so that's probably part of it. But I think it is a great song, and I think it's underrated. Um, just like that anthem song that Michael wanted to do again, and I don't ever think it got like any much play beyond the Dangerous album listeners. I also am gonna say, okay, another song that is very underrated to me is "Give In to Me." Everybody talks about Dirty Diana as like his rock star song, but like, come on, you guys, and of course, Beat It, right? Give In to Me was so good, and I feel like it really played into that era of like alternative rock. I mean, I don't know that that's what he was going for, but I feel like it was like one of those like very angsty, emo, moody, alternative rock songs, and like the lyrics speak to me, the guitar and all the everything, like just it just speaks to me. And of course it's got those powerhouse house vocals, and just like the storytelling in the song is so dope. And I've talked about this before, but I love that part when he's like, you and your friends were laughing at me in town, but it's okay. And he's like, you won't be laughing when I'm not around, but it's okay. I love that part. It's so good. I can't sing, but if you know that part, you know, like, Given to Me is everything. And so I really wish that people like showed that song more love. Okay, next song. Hope you're having an awesome, next question, I mean. Hope you're having an awesome day. What's a song that grew on you over the years and fave funny MJ moment? Okay, so a song that grew on me over the years. Hmm, that's a great question. I would have to say, I'm going to give you two answers. So, one of them is going to be obviously Baby Be Mine. I never really cared about that song growing up, and now, like, it's like my jam. Like, every time it comes on, I'm like, yes, I need that song. I love it. Um, I love it so much that I have it as an intro to all my videos. Like, that is my jam. And I just like how 80s pop and how, like, it's just very lively. It's just very, like, it's very, I don't know. It's got like a great mood to it. It's just it's a vibrant song. Um, so that's that. And another song that grew on me that I never used to really care for. All right, I'm going to say Stranger in Moscow. And we never really talk about the History album like much on this channel because that's an album that I like, but I got into it way later, like almost into adulthood. I never really appreciated it. And Stranger in Moscow, I never appreciated until I learned like the meaning of it and like the situation in which like Michael wrote it. Like I think I heard a story that he was in a hotel and feeling like in Moscow actually and feeling like lonely even though there was a crowd of fans or whoever outside and yeah, it was raining and he just wrote this song about like that isolation and I just I think for me one of the things that I've grown to appreciate later as later on in my fandom was like the detail, the level of detail. Like you've got the rain, you've got the beatboxing, you've got the storytelling again, and like just you can really visualize where he was at, and you can feel the emotion when you listen to the song, and that is a song that I think a lot of people come grow to love if they don't love it in the beginning. Um, yeah, it's really really good. Okay, um, would he have toured after This Is It? I don't think so. I think he would have done like a Vegas residency or something, or maybe not. Maybe he like wouldn't have done anything at all. I really at that like I now looking back like even This Is It I was like, I don't know. Like does he have to tour? Of course I was excited in the thought of buying tickets and stuff. The thought of being able to see him perform live was awesome, but I don't know. I feel like at that point, a lot of fans were like excited, but at the same time, we're like, does he need to do this? Like, Michael like performed for so many decades and gave so much of his life, so it was like, I don't know, but I think he might have done like small, like a residency, not a small residency, of course. Everything Michael Jackson has to be big. A big residency he would have done in Vegas, but I can't see him doing like a world tour, like the History Tour or anything like that. Do you think Michael Jackson played instruments like his brothers? I am not sure, actually. I think, well, everything that I've heard is that he really wasn't like a trained musician. Maybe he could play a couple tunes on like the keyboard or something, but I really don't know that I've heard anything else about Michael playing instruments. Everything that I've heard has been like Michael Jackson's instrument was his voice. So I'm going to stick to that because I think that's everything that I've heard. Do you think that Neverland should have been made it as a museum to pay homage to Mike's career? Yes, but I think because of zoning laws, it cannot become that. The residents don't want it to be that. And then also, like, Neverland is quite secluded. I've actually never been there, but a lot of people have told me, a lot of friends that have been, and my husband who actually went there while Michael was living there. My husband went there, and was able to go on like the rides and stuff, which is such a cool story. He told it over on my Patreon, so if you want to listen to that, because that's his story, it's over on there. But yeah, Neverland, my Michael got it right because it was like in this like his own private world. So I don't think that will ever be, but I do think that it is cool possibly to have Havenhurst as that sometime in the future. I don't know. I've been to Havenhurst a couple times, and it just feels like so magical every time, and it's just so awesome that Prince Jackson and the co-founder of his foundation, Heal LA, John, they have kind of helped to open the doors to Havenhurst in the name of raising funds for children that are in need and families that are in need in LA. So if you're interested, by the way, you can get into Havenhurst. 4 times this year they are having events. It's called the King of Popcorn movie series. I will put the information in the description box below, but the tickets are very reasonable. You get into Havenhurst for 2 hours before the movie, including the movie, and then it closes down after you. But they have snacks, they've got food, they've got beverages, they've got a special line of merch that's there just for attendees. I had a great time. If you go and look at my YouTube channel, here MJ Fangirl TV, you can look up King of Popcorn and MJ Fangirl, and you can find the video. I documented rather my experience in December of last year, and it was great. And that was my third or fourth time being at Havenhurst, which is so crazy to say. I think it was my fourth or fifth. No, I think it's my fourth time being there. Just like, you guys, it doesn't get old. So if you're interested, definitely go and check that out. The tickets are more reasonable than Thriller Nights, and you do get to experience it in the daytime and nighttime. But the daytime's really beautiful because you can actually see it. You know what I mean? All right, a couple more questions here. Favorite song from each album? Ooh, that's hard. All right, let me pull up. This is going to be the last question, because the last Michael Jackson related question, and then I'm going to get into a couple personal questions, but let's look at each album. Okay, so Off the Wall, if I had to choose, like, just by looking really quickly, I'm going to say Rock With You, because that just has, like, such a special meaning, and I don't know, like, it's just such a feel-good song, and I feel like it really is the record that most, like, represents the Off the Wall album. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I really love Rock With You. From Thriller, I'm gonna say that my favorite song from that, I don't know, you guys, it's so hard. I mean, I could always listen to A Good Human Nature. I'm gonna say that's my favorite song, because that's like one of my favorite songs in general, so I'm gonna say that. From the Bad album, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a tie between Another Part of Me and Liberian Girl. Liberian Girl was always a song that, like, it really spoke to my heart. Like, it's just magic, and I love that song. I love all of the like, just the visuals, and I love the use of the Swahili in the beginning, and I think it's just such a creative song. And like Quincy Jones said, like, who can think about that besides Michael Jackson? Like, whose mind is that creative? So good. Another Part of Me is also just so good, and it's just like a hype song. Like, it just makes you want to dance. Very good. And it's amazing live. Dangerous album, definitely I would say it's a tie between Give In To Me and Remember the Time. I know this is cheating because I'm doing multiple songs, but hey. And then if you go to history, I'll say that my favorite song on that is probably... Oh, can I pick 3? I'll just pick one, and they don't care about us, okay? I'll pick one. Let's go to the Invincible album. Oh, no, sorry. We could do Blood on the Dance Floor. Out of the new songs, I would say definitely it'd be Blood on the Dance Floor, the title track. Invincible, I would definitely say Break of Dawn is my favorite from the Invincible album, not gonna lie. And yeah, nothing else after that counts. So that's that for that. And now I'm going to get into some personal questions. A lot of you guys ask me what I think about California. How has it been? You guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm a New York City native. I actually moved to California after the pandemic, like at the beginning of 2021. And now I've been here for 3 years, and time has just flown by, you guys. I actually can't even believe that so much time has passed since I moved here. But I've really am feeling like I'm starting to get into, like, traveling more around California, because you guys, before, actually my old job was like 5 minutes away from my house. Like, it was so close. Not 5 minutes, but it was like less than a 15-minute commute. And now I have a real commute, so things are a little bit, like, you know, it's a little bit different, and I'm also living in a different space, different neighborhood or whatever. So it's been fun. Like I'm still like loving California. Not loving the rain lately because I'm just like I heard that it never rains in Southern California, and since I've been here, it's rained a lot, especially in the last several months. So I'm not a fan of that, but I do really like it here. I love that it's like a slower pace because I'm not in downtown LA. I'm in like the Long Beach area, and so it's a lot more chill, laid back. There's not as much stress as I felt like when I was taking the New York City subways everywhere. um yeah, I just really really enjoy my time here, and I like being able to raise my daughter here. It's a lot of sunshine and a lot of space for her to run around in the backyard, and so I'm really enjoying life here. And also I've gotten a lot of cool opportunities since I'm here, like getting to go to Vegas being a 1 hour flight away for the Michael Jackson birthday celebration and all the events in Los Angeles. Like that's been really cool. Although of course I miss my family and I miss my Michael Jackson girls. Like I miss Gadget Trish and Honey and Rocky and Shelly and like I just miss the whole crew. I really do miss, you know, yeah, we would just have such great times at all those get-togethers and events and stuff, and so definitely miss them. But I always look forward to seeing them. Hopefully, we'll all be at some event this year. So that's that. Someone asked about my diet. Am I vegan? No. I always talk about being dairy free, but that's just because I'm dairy free. I actually do eat everything else because I'm lactose intolerant. So I miss cheese and everything like that, though. What do you think about the new? Okay, I said no more Michael Jackson questions, but here is one. What do you think about the new Michael Jackson merchandise? Okay, so from the MJ Merch Official, which is like that separate site that the MJ estate made, I have not tried anything. I've not purchased anything. I did think that some of the designs were cool, and I actually never saw them in person until I went to the King of Popcorn event last December, and I saw someone. Actually, I saw a fan wearing a couple fans wearing shirts, and then I saw Prince actually wearing a hoodie from there, and he liked it. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I need to get into that. So I actually was going to go on there, but the items that I saw that I really wanted, it was like a white hoodie. And I was like, excuse me, it was a white crew neck, or was it a hoodie? I think whatever it was, they didn't have the design and like the shape of a shirt that I wanted. So I declined. I love myself like a crew neck, I'm not like a huge hoodie person. Off that, whenever they have more options on that site, I'm probably gonna go for that. Right now, though, I am really loving the tour capsule collection that just came out on the MichaelJackson.com. I love all these items, and I'm like really telling myself, okay, I'm like not sure if I need this stuff. I know I don't need it, but I want it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, look at this bomber jacket, like the Dangerous Tour bomber jacket, plus the Dangerous shirt. And this is a hoodie, this is a zip up. Like, I usually don't go for this kind of stuff, but they have me wanting to spend like an entire $500. So let me know down below if you guys like this kind of stuff. I think this is the best collection they've come out with yet. I'm just hoping that it actually gets here within like 2 months. The last time I ordered it took like almost a year, but that was also during the pandemic, so I understand like factories and stuff shut down. Um, but yeah, so that was the Q&A, you guys. Just wanted to like go over a couple quick questions. I think I'm gonna be starting to do a lot more of these like questions and answers. I actually did want to tell you guys though, I have really exciting news. You might be listening here already, but if you did not know, all of my videos going forward that are non-vlog style, that are just like these talking head videos, they are going to be available now on Spotify. So for those of you that are podcast people, definitely you can check out a lot of my videos in audio over there. They're going to be on podcast. If you look it up, it's called Club 30s with MJFANGIRL. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of other audio only videos as well, so make sure that you are checking that out. Subscribe or follow me on there if you're interested in like audio. I know that I love to listen to a lot of those talking head YouTube videos when I'm driving, and I hate like having to like stop and like look at like the pause or the continue video when the sponsored ad comes up. So I thought it'd be really cool to just turn a lot of my videos into audio. That's why I invested into a microphone as well. And I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy that, and also leave me some suggestions. I am really gonna be trying to go hard on, like, retelling some of the stories that I told back then, when I first started my channel, or like rehashing some topics that we haven't talked about in a long time. Like, I'd like to re-show my collection. So if there's any old video that I've done that you would like to see me redo, leave that down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for asking all these cool questions, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.